This year, there are 12 influenza vaccines on the market.
Healthcare workers are being given a choice. Get a flu shot or lose your job.
Let's add a little ether.
That this research is out there.
I would have never got it. Never. I wouldn't have never had her get the shot.
The almost cavalier continuance of the process of introducing more untested vaccines into a schedule of vaccination.
If you have a thermometer.
As we see the number of vaccines being added to the schedule, we're also seeing a tremendous increase in the number of chronic illnesses in children.
Interesting question came in about the flu, and of course this is the flu and cold season, at least up here in balmy Michigan it is, and I wanted to address a little bit of a confusion question in regards to the craze on the influenza virus vaccine. So I thought I would just really quickly try to maybe explain a couple things about that. Influenza vaccination that is really being pushed by the CDC and by doctors' offices and pharmacies is really generated because of serious complications of influenza virus, especially that which has been being tracked across the globe and is on its way west. The best we can do is try to find those main strains of influenza virus that are causing the most amount of complications and deaths, usually pneumonia secondary to the viral infection, and try to develop a vaccination that will help prevent serious side effects from those infections. However, it is no guarantee that a person will not get the flu, number one.
Effectiveness as low as 40%. It's the best vaccine we have, but there are cases of influenza that occur despite immunization.
A, because they could have already been exposed to the influenza virus before they actually got the vaccine.
People get exposed to influenza more or less every year.
Even if the vaccine is the correct vaccine for the correct strain that you were actually exposed to.
But the influenza virus itself generally changes a little bit. It drifts.
And so the debate goes back and forth. Should we or shouldn't we? Should we or shouldn't we? Well, this is my opinion. And some of my opinion is not just subjective. It's actually based on white papers, CDC research. And that is that there's no rock solid science on this development of the influenza vaccines. And many times they're multi-strains. I think it was like last year or the year before, we missed all 3 strains. Like the vaccine wasn't even effective against the influenza that actually came to the United States.
Governments all over Europe are now saddled with billions of dollars worth of unnecessary swine flu vaccine. They are trying to sell it, but supply now far exceeds demand.
So, should you or shouldn't you? You know, always talk this over with your physician, but if you're like me, sometimes that doesn't get you very far. And in fact, the physician's offices, I think, can get very high pressure.
The government wanted to be seen to be doing something useful. And in that way, they encouraged the fear that then forced them to act.
Really shove it down their throat. Look, vaccination, vaccination, vaccination. If they don't vaccinate, tell them that they're endangering society. I don't buy it.
This year, there are 12 influenza vaccines on the market, manufactured by 7 different drug companies. And it's really important, whether you have already decided you're not going to get a flu shot, or especially if you decided you are going to get a flu shot or give your child a flu shot, you need to become vaccine educated.
It's not in the best interest of your children. You're going to be trading some innocent types of diseases that we now know how to handle better for other problems such as allergies, asthma, even autism for years to come.
But if you don't want to just get any vaccine that comes down the pipe, then
Do take your vitamin D, your vitamin C, eat healthy, eat organic, get lots of sleep, drink lots of water. That's much safer than taking the vaccine.
And then if you get the flu and it's causing complications, get into the emergency room so that you can get some treatment to help you get through the symptoms of the flu. So anyways, there's that. I hope it helps. If you've got more questions specifically on this influenza vaccination push, don't hesitate to reach back out to me. I don't want you to think that I am 100% against vaccination, but at the same time, I'm not 100% for every single vaccination that comes out. So I hope this helps. Keep on rescuing. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.